rockers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having the best day ever. Okay, it is officially summer. I don't know where y'all are watching this video from. Please comment below, let me know where you're watching this from. But here in the UK, it is absolutely roasting today. There is a heat wave going on and I am feeling like I am sweltering. Wait, sweltering. Do you use that word? Sweltering. I'm sweltered. Is that like dairy slang from where I'm from? Or no, we say like whenever we're too hot, oh, I'm sweltered. Well, that's what that means, either way. I'm very warm right now, so please let me know if it is warm where you are because it officially feels like summer today and I am happy about it, but I would be more happy if it was winter because I love Christmas and Halloween. There, I said it. Anyway, on with today's video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for choosing to support. Okay, so we have new news from Trisha Paytas. Now, Trisha has been in a lot of internet drama recently with Ethan and frenemies, but now we have Trisha in drama with another creator. A bit different though. So, I don't know if you know this person called Lauren Gray. She is like a singer and very popular. Very popular. She's one of them, you know, pretty singers that go viral every couple of years, but she actually, to my knowledge, has great talent and has stayed because of that and has a great fan base, and good for her. That's just the most context I can give you about who she is. She's like a TikTok star, one of the big ones. So anyway, a couple frenemies ago, I don't know if you remember, because if you aren't tuned into like Lauren Gray, then it would have just been a passing comment, because it was for me, and now this has been highlighted. But the conversation of Lauren Gray came up, and Trisha Paytas kind of dissed Lauren a little bit by saying that, you know, like, Trisha didn't care about them, they don't really know who they are, they're not that popular, something along that line, right? So again, none of us really thought much of it and kind of just tossed it aside. I feel like frenemies was literally like we all in one ear, one out the other, you know, because it was just so much constantly and so many draggings. So anyway, Lauren Gray went on the Zach Sang show, which Trisha went on only a couple of weeks ago, and that was messy in itself. Trisha was talking about frenemies, and we've covered that. Woof! Lord. Anyway, but Lauren Gray was on, and in the title it says Trisha Paytas from the Zach Sang show, and it refers to Lauren getting dragged by Trisha, and Lauren is saying, you know, I was just watching frenemies and this happened, and so Lauren was expressing that they are, you know, a fan of Trisha, or at least, you know, in some way supporting them. And they also said how they enjoyed that Trisha likes like My Chemical Romance and all that stuff that Trisha's obsessed with. So now Trisha is addressing it on TikTok because this kind of was like, people were like, Trisha, you didn't need to, you know, drag Lauren, and look, she's now expressed that she liked you and she was at least a little bit upset by this. So Trisha is coming out, taking responsibility for it, saying they're sorry, and we're going to get to that. But then Trisha then today has addressed the switchover of their medication and the come down from that and their experience in that. And a lot of people are linking this with, you know, the recent dramas that have been happening with Trisha, and does this add context? Does it not? People are saying, is it an excuse? Is it not? You know, it's an open conversation that people are having, but let's get directly to it. So here we have the first one about Lauren Gray, so let's get to it. So Trisha discovered this because Trisha watches the Zach Sang show as it is. Trisha has expressed that they're a fan of it, so that's how Trisha found this. So, you know, Lauren Gray isn't really in the drama space. I mean, she is now. Welcome, Trisha introduced you, but let's get to it.
Okay, apology of the day goes to Lauren Gray. I saw this pop up on the Zach Sang show and I saw my name there and I was like, oh my god. So a little bit of background, I obviously, okay, wait, hold on, let me show you the clip.
Trisha Paytas.
By the way, this is a dark clip. This is a dark ass clip. I don't know what's going on here with the brightness. It's not my screen, Trisha has recorded this, and it is dark. So we're getting a little, like, spooky moment, I guess.
Got me on frenemies, and she said that girl that no one knows. And I was like, damn, she's talking about me, huh?
I'm just an a-hole sometimes. Like, I say stuff to be funny or edgy. I know Lauren. She did a prank with Bryce Hall that I thought was like dumb, but I do dumb and she's young, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, I'm so sorry, Lauren. I obviously knew who she was. I followed her on TikTok forever. She actually went to like the same trainer as I did for like a minute, and I was like, oh my god, like,
same
she's
trainer?
cool. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, wait.
Her wedding.
I'm not.
And Gerard Way is gonna be there.
Wait.
Oh,
This is my favorite part. So Lauren Gray is talking about Trisha's wedding, and this is what Trisha says to Lauren talking about the wedding as a way of trying to get that forgiveness back, which I think is just so hilarious.
Wish.
Oh, she was actually on her.
So she also goes on to say that she's a huge Gerard fan. She knew I was doing Ghost of You, and she knew about my wedding and was excited for the theme. Lauren, if you want an invite, I follow you. I'm sending you a message. I'm sorry.
So this is all it takes to get invited to Trisha Paytas. You know, the invite list is going down with the amount of dramas that Trisha's getting in. You know, Ethan's off that list, Hila's off that list, Ethan's family. You know, woo, that list is going down, so Trisha has to fill the seat somehow. So honestly, if you've had an internet drama with Trisha, Gabby, step up to the mic. Gabby, please stand up. Maybe you'll get invited. All it takes is for you to guilt trip Trisha online, and Trisha will invite you to the wedding. Trisha, on average, you know, a couple thousand people watch these videos. I can make sure that you have a packed out wedding. Invite all of us. Give an open invitation. Me and the Muckers will be there. We will. And that'll be a show. Anyway, okay, let's continue. So Trisha then continues on.
Kind of piggybacking off that, just in general, for me, I feel like when someone talks about me on a podcast, especially in passing like that, like, I'm very sensitive too, and I can, like, Lauren, by the way, was really sweet about it. Like, I feel like I would have probably gone off on somebody, you know, I've gone off for way less, so she was really sweet and classy, and,
Trisha, I've gone off on people for way less. Yeah, that's one way to put it, Trisha.
very, like, young, and I was just like, oh, way more mature than this 33-year-old over here. But in general, I just want to say, like, if you're a young influencer and people talk about you, like, I know it, like, can kind of hurt or sting, but just to keep in mind that it's really for entertainment and views, and it's usually, like, old people like myself or Wendy Williams or the women of The View or, you know, Regis and Kelly. They're always, like, old people trying to use the name of young, hot, current people to get people to keep watching their show. And for me personally, it's never personal. Like, if I talk about anyone in front of me, it's like, it's never personal, unless your name is David Dobrik. But other than that, it's always just for fun, for views, and I'm sorry.
Okay, and then we go on to Trisha talking about the medication that they're on right now. And it's interesting because, I hate to say it, but with so many of these things that happen with Trisha, it always seems that Trisha's like, oh, I forgive everyone except for James Charles. Or in like a couple days time, it'll be everyone except for David Dobrik. Like, it's always one of them, you know, like, so it seems from the looks of it that if you're James Charles, you get a pass today from Trisha. But if you're David Dobrik, no. But David, do not worry. In a couple days time, it'll be James who's the worst in the world, and you won't be mentioned, so you'll be fine. Right? Okay, anyway, so here we have Trisha talking about the come down of the medication or being put on new medication. Let's get to it. So a lot of people have been asking, you know, Trisha to talk about this because they believe that if Trisha raises more awareness that this is what they're going through, that it does add a lot of context to Trisha's recent behaviors. So that's an opinion that's going around, but let's just hear what Trisha has to say.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. So, this is day 3 of coming off a manic high. The past 3 days have been manic lows, and what I've been doing to get over it a little quicker. So my DBT workbook is downstairs, but I have my cards up here, and this is the pleased method. It works for emotional regulation, but it also works for manic lows and coming and how to, like, manage it a little better, because it just kind of happens, but it helped me get through. So it's basically eat healthy, exercise, get your sleep, and avoid drugs and alcohol. It also includes practicing self-care, which is really important.
I'm learning stuff.
My self-care commitment is eating something that's nutritious for my body at least once a day, and doing some sort of physical activity, even if it's just like walking around my yard for like 20 minutes. This may go without saying, but obviously alcohol and drugs are like the biggest factor to make it worse. I used to cope by taking pills. I don't do that anymore. Manic lows happen, but there are ways to manage it.
Okay, so that's the first one. I honestly don't understand why these videos are so dark. Anyways, okay, so then we have the next one.
So if you're borderline, I strongly suggest to not use drugs or alcohol if you can. Obviously, if it's prescribed medication, that's like one thing, but like, I just try and stay.
Can I say that I like these style of videos from Trisha where they have no problem like sitting down and opening up about medication, coming off a high, coming off a low, because it's really beneficial for us as the audience to be able to continue to, or at least try to, understand Trisha Paytas. You know, not all of us do, not all of us can, but this allows us to see where they're at right now, where they're at with different things, and it's nice to see that they're comfortable sharing that. So I do have to praise Trisha in that. Do I think it is excuses for behavior? Me personally, no. It's kind of what is done after that, you know what I mean, that matters to me. You know, how, okay, so say this happened, this event, whatever the event is, you know, how is said person, doesn't have to be Trisha, gonna handle that or deal with that after? And I really, really, really appreciate when Trisha does these videos talking about what I just said, because for me, I feel like I'm so uneducated, especially in mental health, especially in BPD, borderline, with all of these. I feel like I'm so uneducated with it. I never studied it. I didn't learn it in school. I don't spend my time researching it. So these videos by Trisha, whether they think it or not, educates a lot of people, me being included. And if you know more, please educate me below. This is an open conversation here. I'm putting my hand up and saying that I know minimal about mental health. I know about mine. I know about what I've struggled with. I know what my friends have been struggling with. I know, you know, how we talk to each other and different ways that I find comfortable in dealing with whenever I'm struggling, and my friends whenever I hear theirs. But past that, I do not know, you know, each different thing, and I would love to know. I just don't know where to start. So stuff like this educates me. And whenever I say, you know, does this add context for certain behaviors, I say no because I'm ignorant, because I don't know. You know, it could 90% yes, it could. And probably a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I'm literally saying no in terms of the behavior just because I'm going off me personally, because I never want to speak for someone else. So I would love to be educated on that. So please let me know. And I genuinely mean that. So you can so easily change my opinion in the comments below if you help educate me in this. So Trisha is doing a world of good for me trying to understand Trisha and us whenever there's context provided, in my opinion. Okay. That was like a unnecessary rant, I'm sorry.
Pills, sedatives, all that stuff like that worked wonders. It literally changed almost overnight by not suppressing my low with like alcohol and pills. There's also a thing called O2E, which is opposite to emotions, and there's different ones for justified guilt, unjustified guilt, procrastination, anxiety, and anger. So basically it's what emotion is triggering you, just do the opposite of that. I know that sounds like kind of like, okay, that's seems simple, but sometimes it's not. It takes a lot of practice. Well, for me it does. Like for anger, which is something I'm not feeling right now during this manic low, because obviously I came from a really, really high and I'm just like alone, and I just wish all my days could be high like that. But for anger, the opposite is literally just be nice to people, and like practicing that has helped so much. I'm retaliating, I just smile. So
okay, and then the final one.
One more thing I want to address, and I just want to note that I am obviously not a therapist or a doctor, but I got misdiagnosed with bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 when I was a child and a teenager. So let me just tell you one thing. So bipolar and borderline both can have manic episodes. That's why sometimes they're diagnosed wrongfully. Bipolar is a mood disorder. Borderline is a personality disorder. Bipolar is usually like the chemicals in your brain, the chemistry of your brain, as opposed to borderline is usually something like environmentally based, trauma, abuse, etc. So, not always, but that's what I'm gathering. And it's important to note the difference because of how they're treated. I was put on bipolar medication, lithium, and I really do think that it like messed me up further. Borderline is very all or nothing, that like if you have a fight with a loved one, then you just think you're unlovable. Borderline is treated with therapy, that's all they have, and bipolar is usually treated with medication because it is chemistry in your brain.
Okay, so this was, and then the next video is just Trisha promoting Trish Skin, so I mean, good for them. Okay, here's my thing, the overview of Trisha news today. Oh my god, top lip is sweating. Okay, Trisha news today about the Lauren Gray. It's like, like fucking hell. Like it's like a couple days ago, Trisha will be like, how dare you use my age against me? And like Trisha and I will be like, yeah, I'm an old person. I'm an old person on the internet. It's like, okay, fucking hell, just stop. In terms of the learning more about mental health, it's such a conversation that I'm so interested in learning more about. I just don't know where to start. So please can people educate me, because I feel like I should be learning more than just watching Trisha Paytas TikToks. No hate, no shade, but I would love to start my journey of learning more about that. So if you can take anything from this video, let's have that conversation below. So let me know what your opinion is on these two different topics about Trisha that just happened. I love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Again, enjoy the sunshine if it's there. If you're not living in a place where it's sunshine right now, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one, and bye. Mwah.